encourage you to listen. In Toastmasters, we actually do have a role that's called the listening role. They write down a sentence, and at the end of the meeting, we ask, what did Devere say about X? What did G say about this? What did you learn? Take this opportunity to see where Toastmasters took them and where it can take you. You never know who's in the room. It might be a manager who's looking for somebody who knows how to present. It might be anybody that needs somebody. And if you step up and share who you are, it can change your life completely. I'm going to introduce our first panelist, Ms. Devere Thompson. She's only been with Toastmasters for 20 years. Up next we have Don. He works at the downtown side, and he is our public relations. Ken Washington. He also works in downtown. He is our Vice President of Membership. Last but not least, our President, G. Okay, we're going to start with the first question. I'm going to take you back. Day 0. When, how, and where did you hear about Toastmasters? Let's start with Devere.
Is this thing on? Do I even need it's on now? I apologize. Repeat that question for me.
Day 0. Where, how, and when did you hear about Toastmasters?
Day 0 was 23 years ago. October. I don't know if I need a mic on. Okay, that's a little better. I'm not echoing in my head now. 1999. And in 2002, someone approached me and said, hey, Devere, we're starting a Toastmaster club here. You want to join? I said, what's a Toastmaster? I had no idea what it was. They explained it to me. I was like, you know what? That could be a good thing. I could join this club, be able to meet people, and venture around the city and learn Houston. That's how I started. That was it. They got me. I did.
So it was just to get to know Houston.
It was just to get to know and meet people. I wanted to meet people and learn Houston. Like, this would be good. Because I didn't think, I can talk in front of people. I'm not afraid of people. That's what I said.
Awesome. For you.
Oh, testing? Okay, it works. So, Toastmasters, it was I would say a journey, but I think 2 years ago, somebody was giving, hello? 2 years ago, somebody was giving a presentation to, I think, my manager's manager. They were stunning, they were engaging, they really knew how to pronounce whatever word they were saying, and they were just captivating. So I was like, okay, well, how did they get to where they are now? I went to them and asked them, well, how to get there, and of course the answer was, no, it wasn't Toastmaster actually. But after that, he actually recommended Toastmasters because his friends were saying, well, this is one way that you can actually get those skills by practicing and just everyday, daily talk in our meetings. Find out how to be more engaged.
Ken. He might look like he's quiet. Just wait until he turns on his superpowers. Share the story with us, Ken.
Thank you, Andrea. I remember it was early 2019. And I saw a Toastmasters sign at the firm. And shortly before I saw that sign, 2 of my friends asked me to toast them at the wedding, to toast the bride and the groom. And it made perfect sense to me. There was toast in the name. I was preparing to give a toast. Okay, let's do it.
So how many toasts have you done since then?
Since then, I believe I've toasted at least 3 or 4 weddings.
Oh, all
And
right.
0 filler words, right?
Maybe there were 1 or 2, but let's go with that.
Okay. G, tell us, who pushed you, forced you?
Forced me or pushed me, well, Devere.
Inspired her.
Yeah, she inspired me. We used to have a Toastmasters club here in this side, the KU side, and Devere was presenting that day, and her speech was to sell something to the audience. And she was presenting, and she was selling Juice Plus. And she sold me Juice Plus. I bought it. I was her first customer. Didn't know that. And I was her first customer. So whatever she did, it worked. So here I am. And then also, I still enjoying Toastmasters at that time. I was just attending. And one day I had to do a speech at this. It was a huge event. And I went back and I looked at the video. And I was like, oh my God. This is what I did? Oh God, I sound a mess. I had so many uhs, ahs, so's, buts. And the lady said, you've been joining Toastmasters. I was like, I've been shacking up with them for a minute and I have not joined yet. So that pushed me over the edge to join when I had to see myself. After they recorded me, I went back and watched the video. I was like, yeah, I gotta clean this up a little bit. And so that's how, from her pushing me into me watching myself on camera.
Because I just said, dead battery.
It seemed like after I joined Toastmasters, like everybody wanted me to speak at some type of event. So I went from being I would say a level 5 speaking in public to, I would say I'm right at a level 8. I'll get 60%. I'm not there yet, all the way I want to be. But it has improved in so many ways. It has really advanced my leadership skills. Although I still have some ways to go, I'm not at a DTM yet, Distinguished Toastmaster, but I am on my way there. But it really, really changed my life. Now all I'll do is watch filler words. I'm always watching my uhs, my ahs, how I look at the audience. But before, I used to look at the back of the wall like this. Now I actually look at people and look at them and bounce around, because in Toastmasters would tell you to follow the crowd in their amount of 3 seconds. So look at 3 seconds and then keep moving your eyes across the room in 3 seconds. Don't stare at the back of the wall. We was trained to do that as a kid, younger, growing up. But now it's just really have improved my confidence. And the platforms, the pathways really truly help you to stay on target and to improve in your speech. If you just put in the work, you will definitely receive the results. And I see them in everything that I do. So yeah, it has really helped me a lot.
Thank you. Cam, how about for you? Any presentations of words?
I would say that Toastmasters has helped me. I remember I was a part of a lunch and learn where we were talking about one of the services that we offered at GTI at the time. I'm now with CTO, but at the time I was with GTI, which is now known as IP. And there were over 70 people in attendance. There were some online and many there in the office with us. And I spoke for around 30 minutes. And it just seemed to come across effortlessly. And I know that the practice that I received in Toastmasters really helped there. It comes in handy whenever we have to have those one-on-ones with our managers. And also, at that time, for about 5 years, I was a leader of a singles Bible study at my church. And that required a lot of speaking. And for me, for some, speaking comes easy to other people. But one thing I would like to share, growing up, I struggled with social anxiety. And every now and then, it tries to come up and try to take the joy that I get out of speaking away from me. But in Toastmasters, I get the opportunity to strengthen that muscle of publicly speaking, instead of feeding the fear of sequestering myself and hiding away from people. That's how Toastmasters has really been.
Can you share with us an example of how Toastmasters has helped you with work?
Yes. Okay, so let me get this right. So my boss's boss, we had a meeting with him a month ago. You know, everybody's discussing AI, and there's an AI trend going on. We had to present our AI accomplishments to a team. And the presentation was just great, but now it's the hard part, the questions and answers. And at that level, those questions are not the same as our questions to the developers. They're a lot more broad and grand. And I think having the table topics that we have here, which is you spend 1 or 2 minutes, you're kind of talking about any subject, anything, it could be about apples, bananas, anything. That really helped me think on my feet and answer those questions.
Love table topics here. In your juice talk, did you have a lot of filler words? Is that how you got everybody to sign up?
I don't remember. I hope I didn't have a lot of filler words. I hope I didn't have a lot of filler words. Actually, it's just a really good product. But I think I have a knack for capturing people's attention. And they just kind of like listening to me. I guess I'm believable.
Is that attention grabbing something that you learned from Toastmasters, or it just comes unique to you?
Toastmasters has helped because even though I mentioned I wasn't afraid to speak to people, it helped me be more confident speaking to people and talking about different things to any level of management or anyone. I can just speak more confidently.
In Toastmasters, every time you come to a meeting, there is a role that you can do. Somebody welcomes, somebody takes notes, somebody thinks about questions, and if you think about that in your real life, every meeting that you join, there is somebody who started the meeting. That's your Toastmaster. There is somebody who's presenting. Somebody has to be sharing something. That's your prepared speech. Somebody else helps with Q&A. If then nobody says anything for Q&A, they start throwing little things here and there. That's table topics. You might think that Toastmasters is just for Toastmasters, but it's not. You use it on every single presentation and meeting that you have. What was the hardest role that you ever had to do at one of the meetings?
One of the hardest roles I would say would be the evaluator, speech evaluator. When someone's giving a speech, I have to evaluate them. To me, that was one of the most challenging roles because you have to focus and pay attention to what they're saying because you're evaluating their speech. Their speech is going to international, right? So your markings for them is so paramount because you have to pay attention to what they're saying. You have to pay attention to their hand movements, their eye gestures, even their eyes. If they're reading something, you have to watch everything because you actually are grading this person. And so your response, your evaluation is so critical for them to go to the next level of their pathways. Also, another challenging role is also just being the president, right? So that role was a lot. Like I was even a member for a year, and I was like, how the heck I get a president? I thought you learn how you become getting these roles. I ain't gonna give that away. How they select you for these roles, you'd be like, oh, that's how I got it. Okay. So I won't tell you that. You have to join the club to find out that. But that role was challenging too, but I'm glad I took it on because it helped me to grow as a leader. It helped me to develop in so many ways. Like I was in a project role during that time, and I was talking to EDs, MDs, architects, engineers. I've never talked to people on that level before. Toastmasters really, truly helped me with that. And they was like, oh, you have been doing this for years. I'm like, only if you know I have sweat going in my head right now talking to you. Like, they didn't know I was faking the confidence, but Toastmasters really, really helped me with that. And it helped me to get out of my comfort zone as well. So although it may be challenging, but they make it so much fun. They are such a great club. There's no such thing as a judgment when it comes to them. As you can see, we use filler words too. So it's not so much about the filler words, it's just about the fact that the excessive filler words too as well. So they teach you so many different things. And again, if you're gonna elevate your career in any capacity, you're gonna have to talk to people that you're not comfortable with at some point in time. What does it work in your personal life? Toastmasters really came into the play for me when it came to that. So yeah, most challenging thing is evaluating speeches.
Ken, what is the hardest speech you ever had to do?
The hardest speech that I can remember that I ever had to do, it was one pertaining to myself. I remember the speech was about going deeper in our conversations with each other. And for the most part, when we see each other, we may just say hello, ask them what LOB they're with, what they're working on, and then go on. However, I picked 3 things about myself beyond that, such as my family's country roots, and my educational background, some of my hobbies. And I remember there was a section in there where I wanted to share about my relationship with Christ, but I wasn't really sure if that was acceptable in the Toastmasters meeting. In Toastmasters, you can talk about anything. There's virtually no limits. If you want to talk about monkeys in space, as crazy as that sounds, you can talk about that. And not only could you talk about that, but you can actually make it sound good and entertaining. And if you ask others in the club for advice on how to make that the most interesting story ever, we'll be there to support you.
You ready for the next question?
Bring it on.
Now that you are a master at public speaking, do you have any mentees or any mentors in Toastmasters?
In Toastmasters itself. Or work. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still getting over the monkeys in space. So at work, yes, I do have quite a few mentees. But what I really focus on them is not quite their public speaking, but more of how their day-to-day tasks. Now, when it does go to public speaking, I see they do struggle when it comes to even talking to the manager. When I'm talking about this, I mean like their one-on-ones. So, like he was saying, it's hard to talk about yourself, to figure out, okay, what am I actually good at? What am I bad at? I do talk to them to figure out, okay, let's actually sit down and discuss. What are actually the strong points here? What are you actually not messing up at work? But I think that's one of the things when you sit down with them and just kind of figure out where they're at.
Somebody who's never heard of Toastmasters, brand new, what advice would you give them?
Just do it. Be bold. I would tell them, if you're nervous at all about speaking in front of people, if you think you can't lead, oh, I'm not a manager, I don't know how to lead people, I can't do this stuff, do it. Several of the panelists here mentioned they got out of their comfort zone. If you really want to improve yourself, you gotta do something differently than what you've been doing. So I say, jump in, look at the information online, and be an active participant when you do join. Maybe visit, check it out, and then when you join, be active. Because people will come, oh, I like Toastmasters, and they get there, and they never speak. But you join to speak. It's a safe space. You can talk about anything. No need to be nervous, because we're all a little nervous. And even now, I'm a little nervous. But that's because we're passionate about what we're doing. We like it, so we want to make sure our message is coming across clear. So ask questions, jump in, just do it.
What is it that you just do it? How How can new members actually get the most experience out of Toastmasters? What does it mean to be an active member?
That's a great question. An active member is one that's actually participating, attending the meetings, working your pathways, and actually committing yourself. We have a lot of people that are on the roster. On the roster is not actually being active. You are an actual member because you're a paid member, but an active member are those who participate and actually do the work. You can think about it. I can be a paid member of Toastmasters and never do a speech, never do my pathways. What am I doing? Actually, how am I developing myself? How am I growing? How am I getting better as a person or as a leader? I'm just basically paying like a gym membership and never showing up, which I do that too as well. I'm starting to use it this year though, a lot more. But that's what it's like. It's like paying for a membership, but you never do anything with it. And you're sitting this prize of an investment on a shelf, but never take it off and actually do anything with it. When you start using it, start actually let it benefit you, you would see how it would take you to different levels. I was in a program, I'm gonna call her Jetpack, but I was a member of Jetpack, well, a graduate now of Jetpack, and we had to do this big presentation at the end, and we had Toastmasters to come in and to critique our speech, like a dry run, to critique our speech before we go to the actual, to present it to the actual, all the partners and the sponsors. And so we did that. They gave us so much feedback. I said, it's great. They gave us the good, the bad, and what we need to improve on. And so we took that back as a group and we improved on that. And then I tell you, with those improvements, we won first place in that competition among everybody because we was the only one that reached out to Toastmasters to get them to help us. And you can tell the difference in other speeches versus our speech. You can tell ours was put time into it, that ours was actually studied and we did the work. So again, you know, with Toastmasters, again, like even for you all, if you want Toastmasters to critique something that you're doing or to do, to present something to see how it is, they will help you with that. They would tell you, no, this is great, but you would want to take this first. Engage in an audience about this question. They would tell you exactly what to do, and it will help you with your presentations. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So again, it's what you do, it's what you make. Active meaning is to be involved, is to actually be active, working out, doing the work, not just paying for the membership. So that's active.
Talking about giving your speeches. Toastmasters, you actually have an educational program. So when you sign up, you get a program. You're not just out there free willy-nilly. You got to figure out what to write a speech and to present. You have a whole curriculum that's there to help you, along with all the other members as well.
Ken, close your eyes. 10 years from now, after we see you on TV winning first place on international competition, what's next for you with Toastmasters?
What's next for me, Toastmasters? I'm the grandson of great storytellers. I remember when I was little, all the way up until my granddad on both sides of the family, last days on earth. They could tell some very entertaining stories. When they told stories, it seems as if I was there. They told stories so good that even when I was there, when they told it, it was a lot better than what actually happened. I want to get to that level. I want to be able to one day look grandkids in the face and be able to entertain them for years. And also, I have a nephew who's autistic, and right now he's nonverbal. But there are many individuals out there who have autism, but they're public speakers. And not only are they public speakers, they speak well. And there's some actors with autism, and they're really good at their craft. My nephew is 5 years old right now. And I want to see him do great things. And I'd like to be there to encourage him.
Find your boy questions that I'm going to ask you the same thing. 10 years from now.
10 years from now. 10 years from now. No, so what I do right now is I am a lead developer. What I want to do in 10 years is I already kind of have not quite my own team, but I want to then have my own team. Be able to convey the tasks to them, the objectives to them in a way that they understand in a compelling way. I want to be able to motivate them to get their tasks done, actually convey their objectives correctly. That's it.
Motivate people. Love it. To be here. Powerful one. After 20 years, how do you stay motivated? What keeps you going in Toastmasters? Wow. How do you put up with us for so many years?
That's a good question.
It's the people. It's the people. My goal was to meet people. I have met so many people. And not just in the club here. This is the second club I'm a member of. But outside of the club, there's a district. More people, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's huge. I've gone to conferences. I've seen different activities. We recently had a retreat. Free retreat. Toastmasters. I was in the when it was cold that weekend. And I got sick when I got back, but it was so much fun. And I met more people. And even here, they're not here right now, but several people along my way have kept me going because there's been plenty of times I'm like, no, I'm tired of this. That's not what I'm doing. But then there was, when we had our club here, JPMC Corporate Communicators, there were two individuals that kept showing up. Abby Amos and Debbie Clemens. If y'all know them, tell my mentions. But every meeting, we would set the room up. Before that game room, it was a conference room. We'd be in there, and we'd sit there, we'd wait for people to come in. And I'd sit there, and I'd bust. Somebody's dedicated, I can't take this. We okay, let's just do something. We would have a table topics meeting with the three of us. And we go away. The next time, God, here we go. Where is everybody? People were kind of just making excuses or just falling off. But they kept showing up. So I was like, I can't give up because they keep showing up. I gotta keep going. And I just kept going. And then COVID, we died. It didn't survive COVID. I think the very last meeting, the very last meeting, I logged in because we were on Zoom by then. No one else joined. It was just me. Well, this will be an interesting meeting. And that was it. But it was just the people that kept me going. And then I met somebody from Talker Downtown. I don't remember who. He said, come join our club. And okay, and here I still am.
But she has a really good memory. So each one of you, she's gonna go to your desk starting tomorrow to make sure where you are. Did you sign up? Did you join? G or Devere, one of the two are gonna go to your desk so y'all can join.
Wait, I will say too, even now, I like the fact that people know me as the Toastmaster lady. They don't say that, but you hear Toastmaster, like, oh, go to Devere. Go to Devere. That's kind of cool though. I like that.
And when she said that she's part of other clubs, if you go to the website, Toastmasters, and you have a passion, you're a runner, anything, soccer player, you can actually search for soccer player. And there's a club for people who like soccer. There's a club for dancers, a club for
early morning people that want to meet at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Breakfast clubs.
There's singles, there is there's a Christian club, there is anything you can think of.
Kids Gabble Club, that she started one recently. Yeah. Woohoo, Andrea! Yes!
It wasn't just me, it was me and my husband.
The both of you guys, great job. Love it.
Yes, you can go visit any of the clubs. And we had a member who went to London and he reached out to them and said, hey, I'm gonna be in London, can I go join? They're like, yes. Okay, somewhere out there.
Yeah.
He reached out and he said, can I go visit your club? And they did. They let him in, he met people, and I think they went out after that. Just because he reached that. So it's not just next to your house, it's international, anywhere you go. Last words?
Well, I will say this. I'm truly a true advocate for Toastmasters. I wish I would have joined back in college, but I wasn't where I am today to join. But I will say this to everyone that's interested in joining, attend one of the meetings. You don't have to join. You can just attend and see how it is. You know how you go and try something on and take it back? Same thing. Just come to the meeting. If you don't like it, you have to come back. But you're gonna like it. It's a great club. It's very family. We look out for each other. We help each other in every way. Our goal is to be your advocate, to be your mentor, to get you to the next level, wherever your career may take you, wherever it may be. It may not be with Chase, maybe something outside of here. Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of content creators that come through Toastmasters. That's a club for that. Because you talk on, social media all the time. They help you with that. They help people. There are comedians and poets and everything. So there's something out there for you. And again, not only that it just changed me as my leadership, it changed me as a person. Like some things I'll be so upset about or just frustrated about. I'm like, it's gonna work itself out. Like it teaches you to be calm. It teaches you to talk to people, be a better leader. It has improved my leadership because I've been a leader for years, for so many years. Don't mean I was the best leader. Just because I have a title, don't mean I was that good. Toastmasters help improve that. It helped me to help others and and be a mentor to others. So I would say to anybody, whether you're trying to go somewhere with your career here or whatever's next for you, if it requires you to talk in front of people or if you're scared to do it, you have anxiety, it helps you with that. It helps with so many things. It's like taking a class. You might have been to college before. Taking a certification class, anything is similar, it's exactly like that. The base programs, the pathways are at your own pace. You can do them at your own pace, but put in the work and I guarantee you will see it. It's a great program and it even records you speaking. Like they have a tool that records you talking and that tool talks back to you and say, move this, improve here, add this, do that. It's like AI, of course. It talks back to you and gives you all these pointers, but it has so many benefits. Like it's what it gives you and what you get, it should be more than $10 a month. That's just my opinion. People pay hundreds of dollars for what we give for $10. So I would just encourage you, anybody, if you're just interested a little bit, just come to the meetings. They're free. Anybody can join. You don't have to be an employee of Chase to join. It's an open club. It's Talk of Downtown through us. But anybody can join, your sister, your mother, your brother, anyone can join the club and just see how it is. But it's a great club to be a part of, to just improve yourself. And one of the quotes you're saying is Toastmasters where leaders are made. And I really truly believe that it's where leaders are made. So I'm glad you guys came. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all are at least intrigued by wanting to at least take the next step and attend a meeting. Our next meeting is
2 weeks.
Yes, not next Wednesday, but the next Wednesday at 12 o'clock p.m. from 12 to 1. You can bring your lunch. There's lunch hour for a lot of people. You can bring your lunch. We're usually on Zoom. We do have a room that we use here at our Arcade site that you can actually attend in person. And then for those who can't come into the building, we have the Zoom access. Even for downtown, they have a floor downtown. It's the 19th floor where they have the meetings there in person too as well. So just come by a meeting and see how we really get down. Okay.
And if you ever wish to be a doctor and you couldn't get that MD after your title, when you finish the whole Toastmasters, you actually get a DTM. It has an extra T, but don't worry about that. It still has the M and the D. You will get initials after your last name when you finish.
And it looks really good on a resume.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. There you go.
Distinguished Toastmaster.
Give it up for our panelists.